if you're looking around and things aren't, quite up to what you had hoped, then my suggestion would be, well, if you're continuing to do all the same things, maybe, and are still getting the same results, perhaps you should consider some other things, right? So if you are a full-blown gentleman, right, and you've got the business and the career, and you're very refined and sophisticated, you've got that, you checked all the boxes, the house, the job, the wife, the kids, and everything, and yet, man, you're still, for whatever reason, miserable. When's the last time you got your hands dirty? When's the last time you were out in the cold? When's the last time you got your heart rate up and breathe and were breathing hard and the blood was pumping? When's the last time you faced an element of fear and danger, right? When's the last time you embraced your savage component? Because that, to me, would be my recommendation of like, all right, well, you've mastered this other area. And if it's working for you, great, keep doing it. But if it isn't, don't keep doing more of the same thing. I would point you in to pursue almost the opposite direction. Go out, get punched in the face. And I see so many guys that, are making probably far more money than I'll ever make, and yet are completely miserable. And these guys are, contemplating some really grim notions. And again, I can't say that I have the solutions for that, but doing more of the same thing probably isn't going to be the answer. Doing something, like you mentioned, diametrically opposed, right? Something that you either have never done or haven't done in a very long time, perhaps since you were a kid or a young boy. That would be my advice in that scenario.
Got it. Well, man, and does being let's just talk about this word savage for a second.
Yeah.
Do you believe that the concept and the term, as we're referring to it, means like a strength, like a personal resolution, a determination, a discipline? Is this how you would think of the word as savagery?
Yeah. And I mean, I think that those are accurate. I think you can be a gentleman and still be disciplined. I think that could be kind of an overarching theme. To me, the notion of savagery is the ability, the willingness and ability. People often have the willingness, but they don't necessarily have the ability because they haven't practiced it or trained it to do whatever's necessary to get the job done. Right. Yeah. That to me, in its most distilled form, is savagery. And we can extrapolate on that, and we can talk about, some more primitive and primal concepts. But in my mind, those are just a means to an end. Those skills allow us to get the job done no matter what the circumstances are, right? And I think that that's a very important skill that, since we haven't had to use it for most of our lifetimes, we've lost touch with. There was a time when, a man could do himself pretty much anything he needed to do. He didn't have to rely on anyone else for anything. We think about guys who, ventured out into the world. You can evoke the vision of Vikings. You can evoke the vision of settlers crossing the Atlantic. We can think about pioneers heading across, to settle the West. And you can pick, examples of savagery and self-reliance and capability throughout history and in all cultures, right? That is how we have survived so long. But that, my thought is that it also needs to be tempered by the gentleman, right? We do live in a society, as much as some of us would prefer that we didn't and want to just live in a cabin in the woods and be a secluded hermit. We are designed to be social creatures. We are designed to be amongst other humans. And our ability to do that is what has gotten us to the point where we can have a conversation and over miles and miles apart and talk about these very philosophical things, right? And not have to worry about, man, hey, sorry, I can't chat. I've got to go stomp through the woods and hopefully shoot some squirrels and a deer so I can put food on the table. I don't have to worry about that. If we're hungry, I can run down to the Whole Foods, right? So our sophistication, our gentlemanly ability to be a civilization has got us this far, but it's also made us very comfortable. So we need to, for some of us, need to swing that pendulum back and not neglect and forget that primitive, primal, savage side that got us here.